Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-Pack Screen Protector Plus 3-Pack Camera Lens Protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Welcome to Hoop Headlines, where we dive into the latest news and trends from the world of basketball. Today, we're talking about a very interesting issue that's been plaguing the league for far too long: intentional fouling. Now, you might be wondering what intentional fouling is all about. Essentially, it's when a team tries to stop the clock by committing a foul on an opponent who's got time left to make a shot. This strategy may sound harmless, but trust me, it can completely disrupt the flow of the game and lead to some pretty boring moments. We've seen this play out in several high-profile games recently, including Game 4 of the Western Conference Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and Minnesota Timberwolves. The Thunder intentionally fouled the Wolves multiple times, resulting in a bunch of free throws that really didn't do much for the game's entertainment value. Now, let's talk about why this problem is so big. It all comes down to analytics. Teams have discovered that if they can prevent their opponent from making a three-pointer, they're basically guaranteed to win the game. This means that teams will start intentionally fouling just to stop those shots, which not only ruins the game, but also leads to some pretty dull moments. The thing is, this isn't just about the losing team trying to come back. Even leading teams are now getting in on the action, intentionally fouling their opponents in a bid to prevent three-pointers and win the game. It's become a full-blown epidemic, and it's got everyone scratching their heads. So, what can be done about this? Well, we've got a few potential solutions that we want to explore. First up, let's talk about giving referees more discretion when it comes to determining whether or not a foul was intentional. This would essentially allow the officials to take a closer look at each play and decide whether the opposing team tried to fake out the referee. Another idea is to limit intentional fouling by requiring teams to take 3 free throws instead of 2 if they're committing an intentional foul in the last 2 minutes of the game. However, this might not be enough to completely solve the problem. One idea that's being floated around is giving each team inside rebounding position on both blocks after an intentional foul. This would essentially level the playing field and make it harder for teams to rely on their opponent's inability to secure rebounds. And then there's a more radical solution: removing the clock from the end of the game altogether. That's right, folks, instead of playing with a timer that can be manipulated by an opponent's intentional fouls, teams would play to a target score until one team reaches it. The Elam Ending is actually already being used in some lower-level basketball leagues, and we saw its effectiveness firsthand when Team LeBron took down Team Giannis in 2020. The benefits are clear. Comebacks become more likely, the game's excitement level increases, and teams can't pull their starters out of blowouts as easily. Of course, there are drawbacks to this system. It would require some significant changes to the way the game is played, and it might take time for players to get used to. But if we want to stop these intentional fouls from ruining our games, this is an idea worth exploring. So, what do you think? Do you have any solutions for the intentional fouling problem? Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today on Hoop Headlines. Until next time, stay hoop-tastic, and we'll catch you on the court.